when real life happens.
Yeah.
We got our golden rules.
Listen.
Stay focused on what's important. Oh, you can.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to the Golden Rule Podcast. I am your host, Ryan Hayes. I am grateful for you guys joining me today. I do appreciate the attendance. Today we're gonna get right into a few topics, man. I mean, obviously we're not gonna hold you too long. I know I just did a show a few days ago, but hey, we're gonna try to stay current. That's what it's about, man. So welcome back. First and foremost, we're gonna veer off topic a little bit, man, because normally this is a sports-based show, but I am gonna get into other topics, things that are relevant, things that are I guess relevant to society, not just any old thing. But I mean, at the same time, if it's breaking news, it's breaking news. So right away, we got some breaking news that I want to discuss. Donald Trump. Wow. Donald Trump was just recently indicted again by Atlanta DA. Her name is Fannie Willis. This is the district attorney who actually brought charges upon the RICO charges upon Young Thug. So she is now recently indicted a few days ago, I believe. At this time, she recently sent out an indictment for Donald Trump. And it's looking real sticky, man. I mean, I don't know. This is Donald Trump we talking about, man. This man done been indicted so many times. He got about 85 federal charges. This man ain't seen a lick of jail, man. So I don't know. They talking like, this is serious business. So, I just feel like it's something worth talking about at least, man. I mean, I'll explain what's going on. I'm going to let her tell you first, if I can.
The indictment brings felony charges against Donald John Trump.
Donald John Trump.
Every individual charged in the indictment is charged with one count of violating Georgia's Racketeer, Influenced, and Corrupt Organizations Act.
Okay.
Through participation in a criminal enterprise in Fulton County, Georgia, and elsewhere.
And elsewhere is important. Pay attention.
Of allowing Donald J. Trump to seize the presidential term of office beginning on January 20th, 21.
Okay, so let's get into that, man. So let me go ahead and sum up what she was talking about. Okay, it's a RICO case. Now, Georgia is a specific state where they can bring on state RICO case charges. So they bringing up, this is not a federal RICO charge. A lot of people get those two misconstrued. It's not. It's a state RICO. But I mean, it's a RICO nonetheless. And what RICO is, in case you don't know, is Racketeering, Influence, and Corrupt Organizations Act. That's the RICO acronym. I'm sorry, acronym. So it's a state law, but they're saying they got 41 count. It's a 41 count indictment accusing Donald Trump and other defendants of being part of a broad conspiracy to attempt to overturn the 2020 election results in Georgia. So this is crazy. So basically what they're saying is it didn't just happen in Georgia, and the fact that they onto the organization in Georgia, that allows them to gather evidence and information from other states. So the other states they have included in here is Georgia's first and foremost, but they have Arizona, Michigan, Nevada, New Mexico, Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C., and Wisconsin. So these are just the states that they're naming. We don't know what's going on, man. It's basically saying that he influenced the overturning of the election in 2020. It's going crazy. I don't know what kind of criminal activity he into, because he into a lot. First of all, Donald Trump, he got a lot going on. I mean, everybody who's I would say, used to hearing about Donald Trump from his time, he got a lot going on, a lot of charges going on. So we're gonna stay focused on that. I do know the sheriff's department came out and said that he'll be having a mug shot no matter what. They don't care who he is, how famous he is, he will be getting a mug shot. So I know that I've seen some memes. Of course, like I said, Black Twitter never fails. I've seen memes saying that that's gonna be on everybody's album covers, gonna be on t-shirts. The mug shot gonna go viral. So as soon as they bring him in and whatever happens, he gonna get a mug shot. So we're gonna stay tuned to see how Donald Trump, wiggles his way out of this, because the boy got about 100 charges and he ain't seen a brick wall in jail. So I don't know. I'm really, I'm just focused on trying to see if that even continues to be a topic in the next couple weeks. So we'll see. We'll keep our eyes on that. Now, moving right along, we're gonna go ahead and move to Charlo and Canelo. Now, this is gonna be crazy because I'm torn on this fight, man. I haven't seen much of the Charlo twins, man. I do know that this particular Charlo talks more than the other one I'm hearing. So the other one is cool with a lot of fighters, and this one he rubbing everybody the wrong way. So I don't know. I'm gonna look into it. I do think that it's a jump. It's a significant jump to go from 154 to 168, which he'll be fighting Canelo at. And I'm like, you telling Bud not to make these jumps, but you making these jumps. So we gonna see how he pan out. But he does walk around. I'm sure he walks around at about 175, 180 probably, because Bud walks around about 160 and he fights at 154 or 147. So, it ain't that much to ask, but at the same time, it's training and it's trying to get into a big fight. This is a money fight. I mean, Canelo is a money guy, man. That's what, Canelo's he's the Mayweather now. He's the ticket. He's the big money fighter of this sport. So anytime he fight, you looking at 25, 30 million easy. And we know that Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford just did big numbers. So we know this fight is going to do numbers. Two undisputed champions at their weight class. So we should keep our eyes on that. I did hear, Buzz been calling out Charlo. So, and Charlo been feeding back into it, man. I mean, Charlo not necessarily feeding back into it, but he's entertaining it. I should say that would be a better word. He's entertaining the thought that a fight could happen, but I don't think he's serious. I don't think he really want to, go down to a weight class. I think once he's at this 168, if he were to win, I don't think he's coming back down to 154, but that's just my opinion. I do know that when the bell rings on this fight, they will strip Charlo of one of his belts to make him no longer like undisputed, because he'll have to give up a belt for not fighting his mandatory, which I personally don't agree with. They're gonna give one of his belts away because he didn't fight somebody. He's going for a bigger fight. I don't agree with that, but at the same time, it's boxing, man. It is what it is. I think it's the WBO that's doing that. So we're gonna keep our eyes on that, man. I did see that Terrence Crawford had a little, I guess he had a little something to say about the way Charlo's been carrying himself lately. The tweet I got was Terrence Crawford saying, "Glad twin Charlo is learning." That's Jermel Charlo, by the way. Glad he's learning that you don't always got to be mad and acting tough all the time. I'm teaching him how to carry yourself. Good job, way to go. Keep it up, keep up the good work. So it's all fun and games right now, man. Obviously, he trolling them. He just letting them know, like, look, man, you've been doing a lot of fat mouthing, and when it's my time, I'm gonna tear that up. So we're gonna stay tuned with that. But until then, you looking forward to September 30th, Jermel Charlo and Canelo, man. So we're gonna stay tuned, keep our eyes on that. Now, back to NFL football. Now, NFL will be back on tomorrow. Actually, Browns versus Eagles tomorrow night. That should be a pretty decent game. I think it's two games that comes on Friday night, my team included. I don't even want to discuss my Carolina Panthers, but I mean, I do think we do play Friday night. There's two games come on Friday night, one tomorrow, and then the rest of the teams will follow suit Saturday and Sunday. And then there's one game on Monday as well. So full slate of football, man. Stay tuned with the football schedule. I told you guys this is our second to last week of preseason. And I know Snoop Dogg already been mad about the Madden not working online or whatever the case. So I know any Madden players or console or game players, I mean, obviously you guys probably already in tune to Madden. Football's back, man. This is the time of year, man. So I for sure can't wait for the weather to drop, because good Lord, I'm waiting on fall. I'm a winter type of guy. I like Timberland boots and hoodies and jackets. I'd rather put on more layers, and then there's only so many layers we could take off. Let's be honest. So I really don't like all this 105-degree weather, but we're gonna keep it moving, man. NBA wise, Daryl Morey has come back after the James Harden fiasco and everything, when James called him out saying that he won't play for another team that he's organizing or whatever the case. Organizing is the GM, obviously. He don't want to play for another organization that Daryl Morey is a part of. And Daryl Morey came out and said he unbothered by the comments. He don't care. He looking forward to having James in camp. So I don't know, man. That's gonna be crazy, man. Hey, James Harden said this is more to come. I guess he about to start spilling the beans. He finna start acting like a woman scorn. He finna start telling secrets and everything else. Who knows what's going on? James might start coming out and doing his, he might start tripping. And I feel like, after he said what he said, obviously he don't want to be in that locker room. And if they gonna force him to be, then, who knows what's gonna happen. We keeping our eyes focused on that. Now, we're gonna finish the story off today, man. The today's show, the golden rule of the day for me will be embrace your trauma. Embrace your trauma and love yourself, man. So whatever you may be going through, me personally, today was a crazy day for me. My mother passed away 13 years ago today. August 16, 2010 was a day she passed away. So this was kind of it was a tough day. And I'm not gonna say it's just because even being detached 13 years from it, they say it doesn't get easier, you just get stronger. I personally don't agree with just getting stronger. I mean, the trauma is still within you. You have to embrace it, deal with it. That way you can move forward and not have to hurt others around you. Hurt people. So if you're like angry at it, or however you're dealing with your emotion, your trauma, it doesn't have to be losing a parent like I did myself, but it can be losing a friend, a loved one. It can be all sorts of, they could be the way you were raised. It could be your parents never telling you love them. I mean, Bud Crawford is a big inspiration for me because the way his mother raised him, she was trying to be so hard on him and turn him into this rock solid, hard as a rock type of guy. But at the same time, he's a loving individual. He's a family man. He loves his kids. So it just the way you grew up does not have to determine how you carry yourself through life, basically, is what I'm saying. So I feel like he embraced his trauma. He forgave his mama. And he moved forward. And that's the thing we have to do as well, man. Just embrace our trauma, whatever it may be. It could be a school teacher you telling you wasn't going to be nothing, or someone looking down on you or looking over you and telling you that you won't be anything. Whatever the trauma may be that may have caused any type of trauma or any type of depression feeling or anything like that, man, just embrace it. Love yourself, man. Like I got my hat on, man. Basically, just love yourself, because this is it. I mean, hey, this is the life we're living. This is the life we choosing to live. But at the same time, loving yourself starts within. And I feel like that's the golden rule of the day, man. Embrace yourself. Embrace your trauma and also love yourself, man, because it starts with you, man. Whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, however you embrace life and move forward, and the way you treat other people always starts within. It's going to start within you. So love yourself, man. Embrace your trauma. And that's the golden rule of the day. Thank you guys for coming out, and I look forward to the next episode.
When real life happens, now we got a golden rule. Stay true, stay focused on what's important. You can discover the gold in you. Find your gold.
Look, breaking